Recording started. Yeah. Recording in progress.
Good evening, fans from around the world. It's the finals of the UEFA Champions League between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund tomorrow, and it's the high point of the football season. And with me to discuss the matchup between Real and Dortmund is Mustafa Ginobri. I think Warifa Marcos is here as well.
Yeah, he's here. So Warif is in Puerto Court, you're in Lagos, and I'm in America, and we all have our eyes pressed on the young boy from Brazil, Vinicius, who I say should be the Ballon d'Or. What do you think? I know I'm going off topic a little bit, but Warif, who do you think should win the Ballon d'Or this year? Yeah.
Well, apart from Eden Haaland, who else? I can't see anybody really contending that position with him. But what is it called? Vinicius Jr., I believe he is qualified for it, because if we check his work rate, not just about scoring goals, he contributes goals creating.
Okay, so I think what you're saying is that it's going to be based on Haaland's season where he scored 52 goals. So now Vinicius should win it next year for the next year's one. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that how it works for Ballon d'Or? Yeah. Because I think this year Haaland hasn't had a very great season this year. Yeah, he's been okay. What do you think? Yeah, but so Afolabi, so I think that's how it works. This year's Ballon d'Or will be based on last year's performances, right? Yeah. Afolabi.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, because I mean, there's no better index to judge the best player, really, because Real Madrid, league champions, and they're about to win the Champions League for a record time.
Yeah.
So he's clearly their best player.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
I think it's a no-brainer, but I also think Bellingham is close. So I think, like Warif said, we have Bellingham, we have Haaland, we have Vinicius. I'm trying to think of, can we add a fourth name? Do you have any fourth names, Falabi? Yeah.
What about your man, Harry Kane?
Kane, yes. I forgot about Kane. Sorry, Kane. It's because Kane is from England. It's because Kane is from England. Yeah, I forgot about Kane. It's because he's not in the finals. So, guys, let's jump into it. Thank you very much. So we're very excited about tomorrow's finals. Today I have American beer, but tomorrow I'll have Heineken, the official sponsors of Complete Football.
Sorry, maybe you need to tell them to come and sponsor our show.
I think, to be honest with you, it's going to happen eventually, because we are Complete Football. We're part of the Global Sports Nigeria Network, but we have a new channel dedicated to Nigerian football fans and to fans of football over the world. I want to congratulate Warif. The last short you did is on his way. It's going to get to 1,000, because we have been working hard. We've been here for 4 or 5 months. We're working hard with Afolabi, who's our producer, and he's our IT guy and our technical guy, and also the greatest mind we have on football, along with Warif. Me and Kunle Williams and Biodun are the greatest minds for Formula One. But anyway, Biodun won't agree, though, because Biodun's a Chelsea fan and Warif is an Arsenal fan. But we want to say welcome to our family. So let's jump into it. So now we're going to start off with, I think Real Madrid. Let me ask you, Afolabi, what type of setup are they going to use? I'm thinking 4-4-2, but I think whatever they use, they're going to have Vinicius on the left and Rodrigo on the right, but sort of center in the attack. So what do you think? Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, but I think it will look more like a 4-3-3. Of course, in the midfield, it's going to be Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and Toni Kroos.
Yeah,
because the way they play on the transition, and they will rely on Toni Kroos to be playing those guided missile passes from midfield.
Yeah,
for Rodrigo and Vinicius run on to. So, but what I see this match is that I think Dortmund will sit back, absorb the pressure, and try and break on Real Madrid. I see Real Madrid having a lot more possession than what they had in the semifinals against Manchester City. I think they would rather take the game to Dortmund. Dortmund would like to sit back and try and hit them on the counter attack, but I expect Real Madrid to have the lion's share of possession.
But what about Camavinga? So is Camavinga going to play defense, or is he going to be midfield too, or is he injured?
I think it's defense. He will play defense.
Yeah.
While Tchouaméni.
So they're only going to have 3 midfielders, but
I guess.
I hope. So it sounds like they're only going to have 3 midfielders: Bellingham, Kroos, and who is the third person? Tchouaméni. I hope that they don't bring Vinicius to start drifting. They need to I think they need to isolate him on the left as a pure winger. What do you think, Warif? Yeah. And then we'll go back to Afolabi about that thought also. Yeah.
I think Bieldo has joined. I don't know if you can see him.
Bieldo is here. So very quickly, so I'll go to Warif first. And Bieldo, the question I was asking is that if Real Madrid uses a 4-3-3 and they have Cruz and Tchouaméni and who's the third one? Bellingham. That's what you said? If they do that, that means they don't have a lot in their midfield, and they have Camavinga back. It means that they're going to have to bring Vinicius back. But I think they need to bring Vinicius more forward and to the left. But we'll get to that. We're all going to answer this question. Let's start with Warif. Yeah.
You know, one thing I like about Vinicius Jr. is that he's a utility. He can drift into the midfield and still create a chance and still position himself. The guy is very, like what Afolabi said.
Yeah.
Madrid, they should be careful. Even with all the possession and all the play in the midfield, they should be careful for counter-attack. Because, what is it called? And Dortmund, they might just sit back and absorb them and hit them on the counter-attack.
And they have Adeyemi, who is the wing-back.
And he's very fast. He's very fast and he's energetic. So they should watch that. Then for the midfield, maybe they can be rotating among the players to see how it goes, so that you don't just pinpoint one person that this is it. Let the midfield not be like you always say, the grandpa.
Midfield by committee.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's the most dangerous. You get a good point that Afolabi started. The most dangerous thing about Dortmund is that they use their wings very well, and they have the wing back Adeyemi, and they're good at counterattack. So let's go to Bieldo, and then I'll go back to Afolabi about maybe they need to have 4 midfielders instead. But let's go to Bieldo first. What are your thoughts about Borussia Dortmund's counterattack and their work on the wings and everything?
I thank you very much, guys. I think it's going to be an interesting final now. It's going to be an interesting final, and I don't know why the devil in me wants Borussia Dortmund to win because of Kepa Arrizabalaga that is on loan in Real Madrid. So I don't want him to be victorious. But
Bieldo, be careful. Don't talk about my grandpa Ancelotti. Grandpa must win. Continue.
But all in all, I think it's going to be a fantastic game. We know Dortmund is a side that likes to keep the ball and likes to retain possession and then counter-attack their opponents when they see space and capitalize on some of those advantages. And looking at how Real Madrid play, Real Madrid reluctantly under Ancelotti, they don't really have a system. Some persons say they play 4-3-3. Some persons say they play the 4-1-2 diamond that Ancelotti used to play in AC Milan. So indirectly, the team looks like a 4-1-2-1-2 system where Jude Bellingham is the diamond between Vinicius and up front. So it's quite offensively. That's what they play. Defensively, they switch back to a back 4-3-3 system.
So what I wanted to say though was that it seemed like the 4-4-2 worked with them well last game because they isolated Vinicius as a pure winger, and that was beautiful. And also they moved Bellingham back and moved Cruz a little bit forward, and it seemed to work. But so what are your thoughts about that?
Like you said, if you look at the 4-4-2 diamond position, there's a sitting 4 and a 6 and an 8, then a 10. So many people don't tend to see this, but this is a system Ancelotti brought back to Madrid when Benzema left. And
he had to because he didn't have that central forward like Benzema.
He doesn't have a natural center forward, so he now deployed Rodrigo and Vinicius more as they play as wingers, but they also play as center forwards, alternating the position.
And the good thing about sorry, continue. Sorry.
Jude Bellingham, who we see that we think is playing as a false 9, directly drops down in that number 10 position.
This team is so versatile. It's so versatile, and we have to remember that Bellingham and Haaland played with Grandpa, with Ancelotti, with Borussia Dortmund also, and now you're seeing how Ancelotti is able to have undefined systems. We can say 4-3-3 or dime and everything, but in the end of the day, he's continually changing the tactics during the game so that there's really no one system, and you have to decide what it is. Thank you very much, guys. We're doing our research and we're ready. So, Falabi, getting back to the thing, do you think that 4-3-3 might be, if they would only have 3 midfielders, so how would that change Vinicius's role if they do that?
It doesn't really change Vinicius's role because offensively is very effective and he drops deep to defend as well. But the 4-3-3 to me is a little bit more flexible because when the players interchange, you don't really notice and it confuses the opposition. They can easily switch with go and they can exchange the players in the midfield position. So it's not so obvious what you are doing when you're playing a 4-3-3.
But I do think that when they do that, it puts more work on Vinicius and it cuts down on his assists and scoring. Would you agree with the 4-3-3?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. But whether you like it or not, you are going to have to defend sometimes, really.
And they were able to do it again. They were able to do that system where they made Vinicius more of like a pure forward because they were playing Bayern, but they're going to be meeting a new team now. I mean, they were playing Bayern Munich, not Leverkusen. Sorry, Bayern and Bayern. The Führer is not happy with me. But anyway, so what I want to say is that I think that they have to do accordingly because, like we say, Bayern Leverkusen has a not Bayern Leverkusen. Sorry, Borussia Dortmund. I'm mixing up teams. Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, but I caught myself, thank God. Borussia Dortmund matches up differently, and they're more explosive. So I think a 4-3-3 is better to think more about Borussia's use of the wings and stuff. What do you think, Warif? Yeah.
For the 4-3-3, it's just that, I don't know, I just believe in midfield game. If they play, what's it called? Madrid should play 4-3-3 and they're not able to take over the midfield, they might struggle a little. But
I still have questions about they need Camavinga to move to the midfield, but that continue, and then we'll go to our building. Sorry for cutting in front.
They might have lots of work to do in the middle. But if it's 4-4-2, that means they have to choke the midfield, and they might not give Dortmund the chance to play to control of the midfield. Well, let's see. One thing about Ancelotti. Ancelotti is an experienced coach. He can easily change his formation when the game changes.
And all of this is speculation. Yeah. So very quickly, because we're running out of time, everybody has to work. But we're going to go. What are your thoughts, Bearden, on what we've been talking so far? Then let's give some thought to who has the better defense. But let's go to Bearden first. What we've been talking about. Yeah.
No, I think everyone has been quite abreast and spot on with some of the feedbacks on both. And like Warif said, whichever team controls the midfield would have a very strong hold on the game. And if you look at Madrid, they have some very experienced midfielders from Luka Modric to Toni Kroos to Fernando Valverde, as well as Jude Bellingham and Camavinga, Tchouaméni. So
I see a lot of substitutions coming in, and I think Modric is getting old, and I know that this guy is going to make sure Modric plays at least one half. Continue.
Yeah. So it's just that, and I think looking at it, it's just going to be a very interesting game. And one thing I'm happy about is that this is not the first final, and some of these Dortmund players are playing. Some of them were part of the team that lost the final to Bayern Munich in 2012 in London. So it's also they will not be starstruck by the ovation and the
it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be quite a good game. And to say it's not that I'm hating on Madrid. I'm a Madrid star in La Liga because I'm anti-Barcelona, but
and you're also anti-Arsenal, which is annoying. It's beginning to annoy Warif. He's getting annoyed though.
But I'm beginning to feel that I believe to see that this game is going to be very close to call. I know Madrid are the Champions League specialist. They know how to win the Champions League.
I think it's going to be close. And I also think
I
think it's going to be close.
I'm rooting for an upset. I think there's going to be an upset.
I think it's close, but I think let's talk quickly for 2 minutes. So Rudiger plays for Munich. I'm not for Munich, for Real Madrid. I think that
Madrid,
for central defense, Madrid has a more sound central defense than Borussia. What do you think, Falabi? Within a minute,
Madrid's central defense is very strong. Whether it is Camavinga and Rudiger or Tchouaméni and Rudiger, they are very, very strong players.
And I think that's the key to the game.
Madrid will try and defend from the front.
Tchouaméni and Camavinga are defensive midfielders, but they were just deployed to centre back because of injuries.
Sure.
But the centre backs are fully back.
Yeah,
If you look at the attack they're playing against, a Dortmund team that I expect will sit back and defend. I don't think they should have too much with the Real Madrid defense. Real Madrid want to come out and attack Dortmund. Dortmund will sit back and want to counter and look for an outlet, probably in a proc.
But you know what I think? So I'm going to say something quickly, but I think that Dortmund needs to watch out because Real Madrid can do a counter with Vinicius and Rodrigo. Those guys are crazy, and Cruz, who can make passes from deep. So I think both teams are susceptible to the counter. What would you say, Warif? Yeah.
You know, for the Madrid defense, even if nobody, like, what's this again? Rodrigo. Can marshal that defense very well, coordinating the defense.
Yeah.
But for this final, like Biodo said, I don't know. There might be an offset.
It might be, and it might go to penalties. Yeah. But go ahead.
So or it might be the whole thing. Madrid shouldn't be overconfident because once they become overconfident, those Dortmund guys, they are younger players. They might take them on a surprise.
And those guys have done a great job. They beat Atletico Madrid. They've beaten some top teams. PSG. They were able to absorb. Even though our boy
Mbappe.
Mbappe and Dembele, they were able to absorb their wing work. So something tells me this is going to be a close game. So we're going to end soon because we need to move on. My prediction is Real Madrid 2-1. What's your prediction, Bjorn?
I think it's going to go to extra time.
Yeah, penalties. I think that is very likely also. Yeah. Do you think there will be goals scored during regular time?
Yeah, there will be goals scored during regular time.
So you think it'll be 1-1 or 2-2?
It will be 2-1 after extra time. But I don't know who will win.
Oh, so somebody will win in extra time. So, Falabi, what are your thoughts on score and prediction?
Yes. Goalless at regulation time, and then Madrid wins with a long goal in extra time. I think the game will stretch to extra time, really.
Okay, so Falabi, Grandpa Ancelotti, because of his white hair, is going to buy you a football for Christmas. With that,
I have a feeling the game will be won from the.
I think so far all of us agree it'll be a close game. So Warif, your predictions, and whoever wins gets $20 for Gouda with the correct. I said so. If I win, you guys have to give me. I said 2-1, but we have it on video. So if we can't remember, we'll go back. I'm serious. So Warif, what are your predictions? Yeah,
I'll give it to Madrid 1.
2-1. I said 2-1 too. So we'll share our Guinness. Okay, guys, thank you. This was a very short show, but wouldn't you guys agree we were able to get everything within 20 minutes? That was great. Yeah. So we're going to be back. We're going to be back to talk about Euro, and we're going to do the post-match on Sunday for Champions League. Thank you very much. This is Complete Sports, part of the Global Sports Program. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Bjorn, who came up with the vision for Global Sports. Thank you to Afolabi, who does our production and our thumbnails, which are unbelievable. Thank you to Warif, who has actually started Complete Football on a great start off with his talking about Lukman, who is doing well and needs to be playing in the top leagues. Okay. And thank you, Bjorn, who's our technical wizard who can do any sport. And when Bjorn agrees with us, it means that we know we're right. So thank you, guys. Love you. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the post show. Okay. All right.